Hello, my name is Taylor Johnson. This is from my FYD 554 class at NC State University. In partnerships and collaboration, I will be talking about managing through leadership. I'm going to be giving a lot of tips on different types of research that I've done to help you lead and to become a better leader when faced in management situations. As you can kind of see in the picture at the top, there's a young man or an older man or a woman who's reaching out their hand to help somebody else. And this picture, I just want you to sit and look at it and look at the surrounding environment of them. As you can see, the person who's reaching out their hand is doing everything they can to bring the other person up to the top. And I think that's kind of powerful in this situation, because as we're managers and we're leaders and we have different groups and different teams, I think we want to do everything we can to help bring people to the top. How is this topic related to you? Is a big thing. We all see different PowerPoints and different presentations, but how is it related to you? That's the key to every good presentation, that you have to understand what is this, by watching this, what is it going to make better for me? And I think the biggest thing is you need to understand that 100% of you will be blank. I want you to think about that. 100% of you will be blank. I'll explain more on the next slide, but in relation to you, you want to manage your team and group with a foundation of trust. Tony Dungy was a great leader. He was a great coach for the Indianapolis Colts, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he explained it great. You're sitting in a room and you're the manager, you're the leader. You got a team of people around you. You got a person to your right and you got a person to your left. Well, when it comes down to it, do you want to be leaning right or do you want to be leaning left? But if you have great trust with everybody, you're going to stand right in the middle and you're going to cooperate with everybody. And I think that's so key is where you sit in the room. You don't want to just sit by people that you only trust. You want to be able to trust everybody. You don't want to walk into a room and see two people over to your left and see two people over to your right. Well, I'm just going to sit over to my right because I trust them better. You want to make sure that everybody around you has a great circle, foundation of trust. Another key is managing with great leadership. It's the key to building our future leaders. I think we almost realize that each of us, even though we're not necessarily in a huge leadership role currently, you might be in one down the road. And it's up to you to build that foundation for the next leaders. Because if you think you're a great leader and then you have a group of people that follow you, your goal is to make them become great leaders. And I think the biggest key to do that is manage a way that builds cooperation as a team. You must cooperate with everybody. You must understand that we're all in this together, and you can't be someone who's just giving out instructions all the time. And you gotta want feedback, and you gotta want people to come prepared and ready to go. So that's why I always say 100% of you will be leaders. So now that you can see that, I think that you will be a leader. I think by watching this presentation, I think that you're already committed to being a leader sometime in your life, whether it's a basketball team, whether it's in finance, whether it's in business, whether it's in art. It doesn't matter. In some situation, there will be a time where you will need to lead in life. And the key is, will you be ready? When establishing a direction for you and your team, it's important to lay out a developed blueprint for action. It is vital for organizations to have a clear vision. All activity of the team should be directed towards making their vision a reality. You need to facilitate the success based on sustainable growth within the group. Every team is going to be able to affect the whole world. You can't have unrealistic goals and dreams, but through your direction, if you have sustainable growth, I really believe that you will have success. I have a lot of recommendations for leaders, but I'm going to try and focus on a few things. I want everyone to really understand, what is your motivation? Is it the team or is it yourself? There's so many leaders out there who have different mindset of going into the group or the team with themselves first. I think coaches do this all the time, and I'm in that profession, so I see it firsthand where they have a different agenda. They want the team to succeed, but they want the team to succeed so they can get a job. And I think the biggest thing is you have to understand that your motivation has to be the team, and whatever success that you have from it, you have to give the credit back to the team. And the best way you can do that is cooperation is key. I got the big key right there, and just like how the key, you need a key to get in your house. Well, you need cooperation to get in your house. If you want to have success and you want to open that key, put that key in and open the door, you got to have cooperation, and the focus has to be on the team. The biggest thing is, you are in charge. You got to have courage, and you got to understand what the ultimate goal is. I think the hardest asset as a leader has to bring an organization is that they must be able to make decisions, and you can't beat yourself up about it if you're wrong. John Wooden talks about this all the time, how the worst thing you can do is to beat yourself up by not preparing or letting outside influences influence your decision making. Making decisions is a tough job. We all know that. Anyone can make a suggestion, but a leader is the one who can make a decision. I talked about the ultimate goal, and I think whereas managers always seem to want to get the job done, a leader focuses on the ultimate goal of the group regardless of the timing of job completion. I think that if you can create a balance between tensions of the group, as a well-spoken leader walks a path between encouraging and fostering self-independence. And I think this is a great picture of that. It's a group of people, and if you probably can't tell, but the person on the farthest way to the left, he's the leader, he's the captain of the team, and he's looking out as his teammates hold up the trophy as they ever reach the ultimate goal. And it might not always be winning. I think sometimes we get caught up in the whole fact that success has to come from winning, or you have to get a bonus, or you have to get money, or whatever those things. I think it's just having people come together, like all these players. You can see that. I think he looks out on them and it's like, hey, they became leaders today. And I think that's the biggest thing you want, is you want your team to be able to become leaders themselves. Another key is as we talk about different collaborations is I've done a lot of research on different type of leaders, and I think you want to learn from some of the best, but I think you really need to understand that there is no one way to lead. There's not always going to be a black and white answer. It's not always going to be clear cut. If you lead like this, you're going to have success. You're going to build great leaders. I think a true leader just has courage. Tony Dungy said it really well. He said, getting up in the morning is not for the faint of heart. Being a man or woman is not easy, never has been. And being a leader is not easy. The demands on us are many. The hours in the day are still capped away at 24. You get tugged, second guessed, pulled in different directions, and at the end of the day, you're kind of left wondering, what happened to the good old days when I just wake up and I didn't feel that pressure? Well, a leader has courage to want the pressure. You got to want it on you. John Wooden won 10 national championships. He wanted that pressure every single day. He wanted a chance to lead in a certain way to bring his team to the most success. Real quick, this is just kind of a fun little slide. All-time best starting five as in basketball, they kind of talk about this, and you kind of have like your starting five players. Well, these are the all-time starting five things that we can realize in order to become great leaders. Is you must have industriousness, enthusiasm, you must understand the condition, you must have great fundamentals, and at the end of the day, you gotta have great team spirit. Whether you're a leader or follower, if you want to be in the starting five, you want to be a starter, you want to be there on the court, you want to be out front in the office, you want to be the CEO, you gotta have great team spirit. As I finish up, I just want to talk about a few different little personal experiences in my life. In the circle you can see here: growth, attitude, togetherness, preparation, decisions. And these are all things that I've learned in my life, what it takes to become a great leader. You can see the picture of the man pointing to the little boy, and that's the key, because you're instructing people in your life, and I've been led by great people, and I've learned different things. I've grown as a leader. I've learned about preparation. I've learned how to have a great attitude. I understand that we need to be together, and if you're going to be the leader, you need to be able to make tough decisions. I think real quickly, one thing that I struggled with early on as a leader is I didn't always put trust in other people around me. I kind of wanted to take that all for myself, and I think the quicker you realize that you trust the people around you, as I said at the first slide, the easier it is to lead. These are just real quickly some of my references. There's some great books. Coach Wooden's Pyramid of Success, Uncommon, Wooden, Working in Groups are all descriptors. And finally, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to contact me. My email is right there down below. I'd love to talk to you about this, and I hope that you all can become great managers, but even more great leaders. Thank you.